go, and welcome to Monday. Hello, Hacksters. So, it being Monday is both MCU Monday and Mailbag Monday. I have a mailbag here that is an MCU, a microcontroller, and I'm very excited to unbox it for you. I mean, I've already unboxed it. We can pretend, but it's not gonna work. But this is a package from Bolt IoT. I'm very excited. They've been uploading a ton of projects to Hackster, and so I'm excited to get to check it out. It came with this letter. Bolt was launched on Kickstarter in November 2017, and we raised $48,420 from 1,008 backers. We have shipped more than 5,000 units. 5,000 units of Bolt Wi-Fi modules and kits till the date. Cool. The package contains the Bolt IoT Starter Kit, which includes 1 Bolt Wi-Fi module. Ooh, I like the packaging on this. What does it say? Designed by Inventrom PVT Limited, made in India. Cool. USB cable, temperature sensor, LM35, light sensor, LDR. LDR stands for light detecting resistor, aka light dependent resistor, aka photoresistor. LEDs, push button switch, assorted connecting wires. These. Buzzer, resistors, and a breadboard. So let's open this up. This is one of those ones where there's a really rock solid getting started process, like outlined. There's all these great tutorials for setup and stuff. So I thought we'd just go ahead and set this up for the first time on air. I have done a little bit of preparatory things like setting up an account on the website and downloading the app, so we don't have to do that. But oh, look how pretty it is. It's so small. Anyway, let's take a look. Here is their Hackster page. It's just Hackster.io/Bolt. And then I'm on the projects page, or tab. There's the getting started stuff, and then there's a bunch of cool projects I want to look at with you. First up, if you look for setting up the Bolt Wi-Fi module, you'll find this one. And that's what we're going to go through real quick before we dive into more things. Some of my favorites of the other projects they have, there's the Debot that helps. There's a little story, like backstory here that I'm detecting with their office assistant, Deva, who apparently likes to play cricket on his mobile phone or dive into social media rather than taking care of his responsibilities. Congratulations, you're famous. This is apparently his schedule: arrive at work, coffee break, check email, prepare for lunch, browse the internet, tea break, etc. Anyway, so they're trying to make it easier for him to accomplish his responsibilities. There's another one that's a trash can monitor that uses a distance sensor, an ultrasonic distance sensor, to tell how full a trash can is, so that it can notify him, because again, it says that he doesn't usually check our trash can long enough. What he does check quite often is his WhatsApp, Facebook timeline, and SMSs. Sensing a little bit of just like tension between the engineers, and or at least, you know, a fun little light-hearted. We'll see. Anyway, so then besides that, they have a bunch of your standard sort of IoT starter projects like Smart Land, DIY pet feeder. There's a couple of these actually. It's a popular type of project. An RC car, an ISS notification system, so if the International Space Station passes over you, you can be notified, and also one of the Weasley clocks, Weasley family clock, indicating someone's location via Wi-Fi. All pretty cool and pretty popular projects. Okay, so let's jump in here. Setting up the Bolt Wi-Fi module. You can need the things, yes, cool. Module, USB cable, Bolt Cloud account, and iOS app. Or Android. Apparently there's this thing where Android requires weird levels of permissions for some things, and that's the same in here. It actually requires access to your location, but it doesn't actually use it. It's just some weird Android OS thing, so don't worry, but you may have to enable that during the setup if you have an Android device. So I've already created an account, but it walks you through that whole process here. You have to click on a link in your email in order to finish setting up your account. And okay, I'm currently at this screen with the guy with the sad face. Can can see here. Sad face guy, no device is configured, don't look at the cracks, please. So we're gonna hit add device, boom. And the first thing we have to do is power on the Bolt device. Okay, that seems simple enough. Perhaps deceptively simple. Is it just too easy? Perhaps. Perhaps. Probably not. It's not really any such thing as too easy. All right, here we go. And by the rattling in here, I'm assuming that all the other like little components they told us about are inside. So it tells you to get started, visit cloud.boltiot.com. That's where you can set up your account and stuff. You can also do it on your phone. And on here we've got a little ESP8266. Perennial favorite, super cool. Cloud. There's a little LED that says cloud. Cool. You've got pin labels 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, A0 analog pin, transmitting and receive pins, 5 volts, 3.3 volts, and ground. You've got some kind of a power system here. Yeah, cool. Moment of truth. Eee! Okay, the ESP8266's LED has come on. Oh, it says pull me out, and that's so easy. Look at that. Great packaging design. So friendly. And they give you stickers! I love stickers. I can put it on the sticker wall. Okay, maybe while the Wi-Fi is connecting, we'll get a second to do that. But in the meantime, let's just, I'm going to set this up like this so you can kind of see the LEDs. Cool, and give you a little bit more focus. No. Don't fall over. Put the breadboard. Put there. I don't know. I'm just trying to like keep it in the frame while I don't have my hands on it, you know? I'm sure there's better ways for this, but there we go. Okay, cool. Gotta do this quickly. Alright, so I hope I didn't just show you my phone password. Alright, so I powered on my Bolt device. I think what I need to do now is go to my settings and find it in the Wi-Fi options. So don't see anything super obvious unless maybe it's Hogwarts considering or continuing the theme there. But let me double check the instructions. Hit add device, power on the Bolt device. Once you've powered it on, the blue LED on the Bolt will begin to blink slowly and the green LED will be off. That's correct. That means it's now transmitting its own Wi-Fi hotspot network and is ready to be set up via the Bolt IoT app on your phone. So let's see. Oh, I see it's got some little swipey deals here. Blue LED on Bolt will blink slowly. Find the Bolt network, Bolt XXXX. Then paste the password and return. Okay, so I have to go find this network in my list, which ordinarily would be fine, except I'm not managing to. Okay, so the other thing that I can do, oh, hey, come back, is copy the Bolt password. There's a default password that is also listed in the getting started directions, but the main thing that I need is, oh, here we go, sweet. Cool, now I can just paste that password in, hit join, and oh, we're blinking fast. And that means, what does that mean? That's good. So we've connected to it. Yes, we've already done this. It's very comprehensive. So if you haven't worked with IoT stuff before, this is going to be very easy to follow, which is nice. Cool. So I need to get it to send. Okay. Yes, I have already returned here. Yes. Let me double check. So now we have to tell Bolt which Wi-Fi network for it to connect to. They say multiple times that it can't detect 5 gigahertz based networks. You have to have a 2.4 gigahertz based network in order for it to connect. And the fact that they say this like 3 times during this short tutorial implies to me that there's a lot of people who don't pay attention to that, and so we need... oh, here we go. And so you need to really pay attention to that. If your thing isn't connecting, make sure that you have a 2.4 gigahertz network. All right, we will configure the Bolt device now. I haven't done anything on my phone since the last thing we looked at. I just waited and it worked. Cool. Configuring user credentials, setting up your Bolt device, continue. Now I have to tell it the Wi-Fi info for the office. We have a specific network for IoT devices. So I have to tell it my country. And come on. Mad scientists don't have time for this. I need to be connected to the internet. Oh, maybe I need to be connected to the same one because I think my phone is now on the other network. It's the same password, you fool. Okay, come on. It says I need to be connected to the internet. Come on, save. There we go. Setup is complete. Blue LED indicates the device is connecting. Green LED indicates that the device is online. And they have a little guide that says that if it's blinking fast, it's trying to connect, or like if it's solid, then that means that it's got access to the cloud, the Bolt cloud and everything. So that's solid. Oh, now it shows up here. I wonder if I can rename it. What happens if I click on it? What happens if I hit power? Ah! I want to know. Ah, no. Don't log out. Okay. Maybe this is so far just for adding devices. So let's go back to the internet interface. You've done this. This is fantastic. A couple more little debugging notes. So accessing the Bolt Cloud to build IoT projects. The next thing you need to do is go to the Bolt IoT Cloud website and set up your account. Now, I'm assuming that when I reload, it's going to find my device. Maybe? Yes! Cool! That was super easy! Whoa! Product not linked. So basically, you make these profiles of products you want to build, including a schematic of how everything should be hooked together, and the code, and then you just load it onto the device. So that's pretty cool. You can kind of save profiles. It's kind of like resin.io is for Pies, is how Bolt is for these, or like Particle Photon, for example, you know, although that doesn't include hardware information, just software. Anyway, you'll see your Bolt device with status online, Congratulations! Oh, that was so easy. It says less than 10 minutes. I feel like we probably beat that, yeah. I'm going to do the light monitoring system because I've got some plans. And ignore the fact that I'm an admin and have superpowers. So what we need here is the Bolt IoT Wi-Fi module, the light-dependent resistor, and a 10k ohm resistor. So let's take a look at our little objects here. Oh, I didn't even get a chance to put my stickers up because this was too fast. Oh, good problems. All right, what do we got? That's 33 or 33, no, 33 ohm, I think. This guy should be 10k ohm. Yeah, okay. You've got a 1, a 0, and a 3, which means digits 1 and 0, and then 3 zeros after that. So 10k ohm. Cool. And then we've got the light detecting resistor here. Photoresistor thingy. All right, let's put the rest of these guys back in here so I don't inevitably lose them. So many little jumper wires. This is great. You've got male to male and then some male to female ones over there, which I assume is so that you could like plug in more stuff like this. Yeah. So let's, do they have like a specific diagram they're showing us for hooking this up? Well, at the end of the project, we'll be able to collect the values indicating the intensity of the light and plot them over a line graph. That's pretty cool. Oh, they even give you like a picture of what the things look like. That's pretty cool. Make sure that the green LED is glowing. Fantastic. Building the circuit. Connect one end of the LDR to the A0 analog pin of the bolt device, and the other ends of the LDR to the 5-volt pin of the bolt, as shown in the image below. Let's see what the image below looks like. They're using a breadboard. I'm going to go the really lazy route, and since they've given me male to female connectors, I'm just going to... Oh, you know what? I could be even extra lazy, since this has some... Oh no, I do have to plug 2 things into that A0 pin, so alright, I won't be so lazy. Alright, so I'm going to stick these guys in here. Am I actually showing you my hands? Nope. Here we go. So what? Make sure the bolt module is not powered on while you're connecting the circuit so that it won't short circuit the device if we make a mistake. That's great advice for always, and if you are plugging in individual things to your device and you can't turn it off, you should plug in the ground connection first. But ideally, yeah, you would just have everything off. The bolt does not have an off switch. If it's plugged in, it's on, which makes it convenient. You can always install an on-off switch if you want. So let's see, connect one end of the LDR to the analog pin of the bolt device, and the other ends of the LDR to the 5-volt pin of the bolt. Okay, this is going to be my sensor connections. Wait, oh yeah. So A0, it doesn't matter which way this goes, like other resistors, it is non-polar. 5 volts. And A0. If you're not familiar with breadboards, here's a quick refresher, which is that in this little mini breadboard, each row of 5 holes is all connected together. So this one's connected to this one, therefore I've just connected this light detecting resistor leg to this wire by plugging them into the same row. This divides them, so these are connected to each other, but not to those. So for example, more precisely, this row is all connected to itself, but not to the row next to it, not to any of the other rows, including this one. Like this one is not connected to that one. This one is not connected to that one. Each row of 5 is only connected to itself, but it is connected to all the holes in its row. Alright, enough about breadboards. Next thing we need to put in is the resistor. Connect the 10 k ohm resistor between the ground and A0 pin of the bolt so that the light detecting resistor and the resistor form a series connection. Alright, so, okay. They have another little image for this. Da-da-da. Cool. So actually, okay, yeah. I want to put, so there's one pin that is connected to A0. Okay, cool. And that's this guy. I chose purple, so I'm gonna make this easy for me to remember, and this ground, or this resistor, is gonna go to ground. Like so. So basically, the power goes to the light detecting resistor, and then is connected to A0 and also to ground. Boop. Doo-doo. Cool. I'm just gonna double check. You have voltage in, you have other leg connected to A0, and you have it connected to ground through the resistor. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. There are a ton of pictures that will actually help you through this. Does the resistor first. You can see the labels on the stuff. And then there's a couple more photos of the setup. And then it shows you plugging it in. It's like I can see the future. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Cool. All right, moment of truth. One of many moments of truth. There are many truths, and all of them have moments. Hello, welcome to Monday. Let me lower this a little bit for you. That's a little bit more close up. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, yeah. Get some stickers in there for like ambiance. So, now they have added in connect your Bolt device to the Bolt cloud. This is something we already did. And they note that I am aware that we have repeated this step, but we realize that many users tend to miss out on this step, so we wanted to be double sure about it. Now that our Bolt is active, we're just a step away from completing the system. This, to me, shows really cool, something really cool about this company, which is that they have tested it with lots of users, and they care about making documentation that's really easy for people to follow. So this seems like a really responsive company and somebody who's going to support you and like help you if you haven't done IT stuff before. Plus, they're building some of the most exciting projects for new users, so I think, yeah, this seems really solid so far. Who knows, it may all go terrible places. Oh, offline. Well, I mean, I imagine it takes a second to reconnect. Let's see what happens if I reload. Yes, green light. Cool. Plus, like they've got all these things. Like they have a tour you can take, to show you how to get started. Right here. I need to show you on the actual website. You can take a tour and it walks you through all the stuff. You can redo it at any point. You can click here in order to find the getting started project. In fact, the one we are doing right now. Cool. Yeah, it's just like really user-friendly. That's so cool. Next, what are we going to do? We're going to look at the internet. Create a new product for your light monitoring system. Products are created once and can be used for multiple Bolt devices. This ensures scalability for IoT products you build on Bolt. So cool. So not only are they beginner friendly, they're like helping you scale up. Neat. So letters, numbers, and underscore. Okay. It says there should be an add product option over there, but I'm assuming it's just like once I've added one, the option for more will appear in the sidebar. Light me up. Why not? Oh, I can add an icon? I'm too terrified to see what images I got on my computer. What would I like to connect to my Bolt? I guess input device is what we're working with. We're connecting data over, or collecting data over GPIO. That's because we have an analog sensor, which is an input device, plugged into A0, which is a GPIO pin. GPIO stands for General Purpose In and Out. So I'm done here, gonna hit done. I've successfully created my new product. And indeed, this add product option appears once we've created one in the sidebar. Okay, what's next? Next, we need to configure your product. So click on this. Assemble the circuit using Bolt hardware module as per your requirement. Interesting. So I can tell it how frequently to collect data. So 5 minutes is the fastest you can go. And then how do I add pins? Okay. It says to choose a pin. Oh, there's little check boxes. Cool. I'm going to give it the variable name LDR. And what do I do next? Save your configuration and move to the code tab. Cool. They've labeled all the icons so that it's very self-explanatory. Move on to code. All right, Do we have some example code? Choose the option of line graph. Hey, go back. Oh, it's importing code. Okay, cool. Here we go. Variable name is that. Oh, cool. There's all these different kinds of graphs and stuff that we can take. Neat. I'm importing this. Please set the file name and extension before writing the code. Okay, ldr.js. Yeah, that's definitely JavaScript. It's definitely not HTML. I'll give you that. Cool. The code tells the Bolt Cloud how to plot the sensor data for visual representation. Click the arrow keys to see screenshots of other steps. So nice. Cool. Oh, and they explain each line of the code. That's so cool. So you choose the data visualization library you're using. This is a Google chart one. But you could use JS or HTML or whatever, like any other library. Set the chart of the title, set the type of chart, like line graph, bar graph, set the axis name for each of them. So what have we got? Probably timestamp and LDR. There we go. And then plot chart is which variable to choose. This is so cool. And it's also like something that you could easily tweak once, like now that you know how it works, you can just replace that stuff. Give a name to your code and save the configurations. Save. So this now exists in the cloud, and what I need to do is download it to my, my project. Linking allows your... Okay, cool. Now I'm exiting. Let's just click on this. Link it to a device. Oh, cool. Yes, I want to link the device with this product that I've just created. So now it shows up there. And presumably if I look at devices, it's going to show me, yeah, it says the ID of the device, the product name, which is Light Me Up, shows up the same under both of those. I can unlink it, I can share this device, I can deploy the configuration, I can view the device. Cool. Deploy the code to your Bolt. So that means that I'm going to load it onto the device, presumably over Wi-Fi, because it only tells me to add power. I've got this plugged into a USB power hub, not into my computer, so it's uploading over Wi-Fi from the cloud. I'm kind of wondering if it doesn't seem to have given me any like little blinky lights to indicate it was uploading, so maybe it's just like really fast. I don't know. Find out. Cool. No data has been collected. Here's the place where I'm like, okay, so it said to collect it every 5 minutes, right? So we might not have any data yet, and you might not be able to get like a really fast feedback loop. So here in their device as well, it also shows 5-minute intervals, but then at the end they start collecting the info in much faster increments. So I figure like I should play around with this and see if I can get the interval down faster. Super cool. And then I tell you a little bit about how the light detecting resistor works. So let's see what happens if I go to the product and I go to configure it. So there's got to be a way to change that. Huh. Yeah, the smallest increment that it gives me is 5 minutes. I'll probably ask them and see if there's a way to make that go faster, because it would make a cooler demo for one, and also they gave me a bunch of contact info, which is another mark of somebody being cool when they send us stuff. Sometimes I get these weird packages that have nothing like attached to them, like an email or anything, and I'm like, what is this? I don't know, it looks cool, but who knows? Anyway, so I'm gonna get in touch with them. I'll try and figure out how we can change the data collection interval. I think that would be a really cool addition to this tutorial, And yeah, I'm gonna play around with this some more and see what else we can build. We don't have an office assistant, so like I can't, you know, share any cool projects that have to do with ordering people around. But one thing we do need to do is create like a lunch button where everyone can say that they're ready for lunch, because that's something that we like miss out on almost every day. So yeah, be in touch. Thanks for watching. Totally check out Bolt IoT if you haven't already. Looks like a really user-friendly way to get started with IoT and stuff. And someone was just on here the other day being like, when are you gonna post something about IoT? This is for you. Any comments before we close this down? Are you working with an ESP32? This has an ESP8266 on it. So it is a model called Bolt IoT. And let me zoom in on this for you. So it's the, you know, ESP12 form factor. Or ESP8266-12 form factor. That's like the surface mount one that you can put on stuff with its own built-in little LED. Any other questions? There was a drop-down menu bar for interval. That's true. However, the smallest increment for time that it said was 5 minutes, so I'm looking at ways that we can speed that up. Thank you for participating. I love it when we have comments. We'll catch you tomorrow. Have an awesome rest of your MCU Monday, and we'll see you soon. Ciao.